Hi, everybody. I'm Brad.
Hello, my name is Paul.
And we are from Everybody Athletics. And Everybody Athletics runs exercise classes for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities that focus on both physical and social strengthening. And we're inclusive, so we also have high school and college and adult-aged teammates without disabilities that come in and work out alongside of our athletes. We run these classes in person in Portland, Oregon, and also online anywhere, anyone who wants to participate. I'm the executive director, and Paul is an all-star athlete. And Paul is going to be the one to read today's verse for you.
A father to the fatherless, a defender of widows, is God in his holy dwelling. Psalm 68, 5.
What a short but profound verse about the goodness of God and his real desire to look out for all people. In this verse, David is sharing about a God who has tremendous love and compassion to the most vulnerable. You know, he speaks about the fatherless and he speaks about widows here, but really he speaks to anyone who's in the margins. He speaks about the most vulnerable, and he shares about God's tender love for them. And this is a great and all-powerful God that we're talking about here, right? In verses before, David talks about a mighty God, a God who helps his people win battles. That makes it all the more comforting that this same God is able to turn right around and show the intimate compassion of a father to those who need it the most, to those who are hurting, experiencing pain or suffering, or simply to those whose day-to-day rhythms and routines just present more of a challenge than they do to other people. This is a God who sees you and who knows you with the same intimacy as a father, and who is in it with you, who is your defender, and whose love is something that you can always cling to. He has particular care for the most vulnerable, and he places himself right there with you. And you know, I think this is also a powerful and important message for those serving others, right? For those trying to reflect this kind of care. Because it's one thing to just show up, just to show up and volunteer and serve. But this is a God who goes to be in the margins, to be with his people, right? To be the father and be the defender. These are real relational terms because it's more than just service, it's authentic relationship. You know, we have a goal here that the lines between service provider and service recipient are erased, and then it's just people, just people spending time in community with one another. And if we're to reflect the love of God shown in this verse, then we do just that. You know, God is showing us here that we belong to each other. That compassion isn't simply serving someone else, but being in communion with someone else, being eye to eye with them. You know, that's how we care for our neighbors, and that's how we reflect this awesome love of God that's on display in Psalm 68, 5. So thanks for jumping in with us and joining us today. We're thankful for you, and we hope you have a great day. I think you nailed it right there, Paul. That was perfect.